Today, on Starfield Essentials, I review an amazing creation that met my already high expectations for quest mods. This is Continuum by AlmightySE, available for 500 credits on creations. I'll give an overview, warnings, my conclusion, and bonus gameplay spoilers. My name is Richard. Let's get started. Overview. Continuum is an achievement-friendly creation, if that worries you. I don't know why it's not showing in my library on the website. I bought it and I played it. Weird. The last creation by AlmightySE that I reviewed was Farseer in October 2025. I really liked that creation, and I thought the addition of ship drones was a neat touch. So how about Continuum? The creation began when I noticed an odd distortion and object outside the lodge.
Don't worry. Time hasn't paused. Only your perception of it. Easier this way. Keeps the noise down while we talk. A moment of your time. That's all I need. Good. Then I won't waste what little time we have. I'm trying to keep a planet alive. To keep history from repeating. To save a girl. And maybe to finally walk free.
Following the mysterious stranger's instructions, I headed to McClure 2, where I met some resistance in the form of Varun zealots. After dealing with the zealots, I headed inside and met Kira.
Well, either you're the rescue party or the cleanup crew got here early. Do I look alright? Sorry. Reflex. Lost a lot of blood. And a lot of friends.
After I helped Kira, we left and re-met the last major NPC, Julian.
Welcome, both of you.
Who are you? And what is all this? I've never seen anything like this.
Who I am isn't important right now, but you can call me Julian.
I won't spoil it here, but Julian's identity was a fun callback to original Starfield lore. From this point forward, I performed tasks to help Julian in his quest to save McClure 2. AlmightySE didn't say if the voices in this quest were human or AI. I thought they were good in any case. I spent most of my time working on tasks and not interacting with NPCs. The story was linear, meaning I had to complete each task in sequence in order to complete the quest. The tasks were also fairly digestible. I didn't spend a ton of time on any single task. I felt like I was making measurable progress while playing. This was a welcome change from something like Vigilance, where I felt a bit overwhelmed by all of the simultaneous quests. Almost all of the tasks involved combat. This was one aspect that I wish had been different. There was a scenario that I was able to resolve without combat. I greatly appreciated having that option. I'll show it in the spoilers section at the end of the video. This creation used puzzles in several locations, although they were mechanically identical. I like this because it provided another way to progress the quest without just eliminating a target and seizing a key. The last time I tried a creation by AlmightySE with puzzles, I had a tough time figuring out what to do. In this case, it was straightforward, so long as I paid attention to what I was doing. I liked how this creation introduced awesome new locations, but also repurposed old ones. As an example of repurposing, one of the tasks involved finding a Varun zealot on Rana 3. I had to comb through a Deserted Research Outpost to find her. To see how to open the red emergency door, check the spoilers at the end of the video. I was surprised by how great the original POI locations were in Continuum. Two of my favorites were the Varun Star Station in orbit over RNA-1 and the final Nexus location on McClure 2. This last POI was a massive underground setting with well-crafted visuals. I thought it would be a quick location to clear, but it was more involved than I expected. In the spoilers, I'll show a neat bonus for characters who complete the quest as a Starborn. Next, warnings. I didn't have any technical issues with this creation. I did find part of the design of the primary POI in McClure 2 to be a bit annoying. In order to reach the hidden chamber in the geological survey site, I had to navigate a zero-G column. Going downward was simple enough, but I usually had trouble moving in the opposite direction. This was only a problem because it was not possible to fast travel out of the site and continue performing tasks elsewhere. This was a minor convenience issue though, and it didn't affect gameplay at all. Next, conclusion. Is this creation worth 500 credits? I like creative POIs, visuals, and combat, so for me, the answer is yes. I didn't find any special gear or weaponry in this creation, unlike Vigilance, which I recently covered. Wasn't able to recruit Kira as a follower, although if I had used the multi-tool axe, I could have added her to my party. It took me a little under 3 hours to finish this creation. I probably ran a bit faster than normal through the final location because I was running out of playtime. Thank you AlmightySE for your work, and thank you to all my subscribers. Please consider subscribing to show YouTube that you enjoy positive and honest Starfield content. Special thanks to all channel members. I hope you're enjoying our private Discord server. If you'd like to know more about membership, click the join button on the channel. There's no obligation. I use your contributions to pay for drives for capturing footage and buy creations like this one to review. What have you been doing in Starfield? Your insights make this channel a place for positive and honest discussion of the game. In addition to videos, I also post to the community tab for this channel on a daily basis. If you subscribe, you'll see these posts in your YouTube feed. If you made it to this part of the video, please leave a comment with the word engine. Also, remember to ring the bell icon and select all notifications. Check out my other videos, and please tell your friends about the channel. Now we will have some bonus gameplay spoilers. The first example is dealing with Lucan. I liked this because I was able to figure out a way to get what the character needed without having to fight Lucan, and it did not seem it was a foregone conclusion. So here is exactly how I was able to do that.
Before we get into that, I need to know something. You are aware of Julian's lineage? Do you really trust another Isa with the fate of a whole world? Because I don't. I trust patterns. His father changed our history by turning one machine on. Who knows what would happen when those keystones are connected? And that's the issue. So, here are your choices. Hand it over and walk away, or I take it off your body. What's it going to be? There's no other way. Not anymore. You say punishment, I say containment. That does change a few things. Not enough, but it matters. You're exhausting to argue with. But fine. I pushed this harder than I meant to. I gave the keystones to the Zealots for safekeeping. If you want them, you have to get them yourself. I'll give you the location. What happens after is on you, not me.
Next, I'd like to show how to open this red secure access door. Basically, you just turn around from the door. You'll see there's a broken computer. You turn around to the back, and here is a terminal that you can use to open the door. It's pretty simple, but it took me a long time to figure this out. And you have someone waiting for you on the other side.
What was that?
The next example combines the awesome POI design and also some cool mechanics. And I'm going to use solving one of the puzzles here to show how to do that. So first, I'm just going to show solving the puzzle, which is straightforward. There's really no need to demonstrate this, but what I want to show is that what happens after solving the puzzle is pretty cool. So let's watch solving the puzzle and then the effects that AlmightySE programmed into this creation. Last spoiler, I'm going to have Julian explain the Continuum Anchor.
Before you go, there's one more thing you should know. Once the Nexus is online, it won't just maintain the Continuum engines. It'll be capable of something else, something built into its design. A Continuum Anchor, a fixed point in space-time that doesn't drift between universes. It stays constant. The anchor creates a small pocket outside normal space-time. It can't hold physical items, but it can store data, credits specifically, information that survives the crossing. When you go through the Unity, everything resets, but this stays fixed. Once the Nexus is operational, you'll be able to deposit credits before you cross. They'll be waiting for you on the other side.
So that's pretty cool. I'll show you where to find that. Basically, you have to go back up the 0G column. I had such a hard time with this. I don't know. It's a combination of having to be in regular gravity, but also suddenly switching to 0G. Basically, you leave Julian's chamber and you come around the corner, and here it is. I'm not going to put any credits in it because it turns out if you do that, you lose all your credits. So I'm not going to do that. But here's where you would find it inside the geological site. I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Richard, and I will see you in the Starfield.